Welcome to Talk of the Town, presented by Tree City Sports, your source for local sports. I'm your host, CJ McClure, and I thank you so much for joining us again today. As always, we're rocking the shirt made by AM Creations in Ottawa, Kansas. Go check them out on all of their social pages. She's also working on a shirt for Parker, so he will be debuting that very soon. And is my morning tradition, I had to stop by Arrowhead Nutrition and get my morning drink. This one is the Strawberry Splash. Really hard to keep myself from chugging this one. Just like all of their drinks that I've had, they are amazing. Go check them out on all of their social pages. And again, a huge thank you to Jared and his entire team. And we also want to give a shout out to our friend Royal's mom at RJN Photography. If you mention this show at the time of your booking, she'll give you 25% off. So don't forget to go check them out and tell them we sent you. And we are getting into the nicer summer months where it is tradition that people like us like to go out to car shows and drive around in our classic cars. Well, when you need to get your car cleaned, hit up my buddy Drew at D&N Detailing and he'll take care of you. Man, he does a fantastic job when he's detailing vehicles. I've seen some that are just immaculate when he's done. Go check them out. Alright, I promise I'm done plugging my friends now. Let's get into some sports news, guys. So before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to former Kansas State quarterback Adrian Martinez, who was crowned the UFL MVP as he led the Birmingham Stallions to another championship. Man, that is a dynasty there, and it is exciting to see a former K-State quarterback leading such a great team and doing so well. Even if it is not on the NFL level, it is just as impressive that he is able to continue his football career inside the United States with such a great team where he wins championships. Let's go State. Let's go Adrian Martinez. Good job, dude. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into some Big 12 news for the day. I like this. This is fun because apparently there have been a huge flow of bets on Colorado to win the Big 12. They've got a whole bunch of bets. And I'm really trying to refrain from joking about Dion and Shedeur having people place bets to make them look better, because I think that's the only way that they're actually getting bets. Honestly, I don't think anybody in the Big 12 is really taking them that seriously. Yes, they have a lot of talent, but all of the other mess that's going on around them, we're not going to treat it like an easy game by any means, but I feel like the Big 12 as a whole feels like losing to Colorado would just be an absolute gut punch. To lose to a program that's such a hot mess on the outside would be almost embarrassing, and it would be almost laughable. Now, as potential, Colorado does have really good talent, and Dion could very well build a really great roster where they are competitive. But I honestly think that every single team in the Big 12 is going to look at it as, we cannot lose to this program. Not this year. Maybe Colorado has a decent season this year, and next year they end up having a really great year and they compete in the Big 12 for a championship. But I don't think this year is going to be that. I don't think Colorado really has much of an advantage in any game. I feel like even KU is going to be an extremely tough game for them. And as in past years, KU is one of the games that you look at as, man, that's an easy win. But Lance Leipold is rebuilding that program, and it could very well be another powerhouse program within the Big 12 very soon. So I really think, if you want my honest opinion, I think KU beats Colorado even this year. And KU gets to play Colorado this year. It's going to be a home game for the Jayhawks, even though it's going to be played at Arrowhead. Yeah, I don't think Colorado even has a chance against KU. And I'm not knocking their program. I think they have immense talent. I just think that what a mockery they've made out of themselves the last few years is just laughable. And if you're a Big 12 team to lose to Colorado in their first year in the Big 12, I think that any team would find that embarrassing. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to go over and they're not going to win a single game. I'm not saying that at all. There's a possibility they play really good and they compete in several games in the Big 12. But I just don't think that the Big 12 teams are going to allow them to have a good year. And even Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State wouldn't make it easy on them either, because I think they feel the same way. But that's the fun of the Big 12, is that we can discuss other teams, but it doesn't matter. If a Big Ten fan attacked Colorado, I would say, hey, listen, they've got a great program and some great talent that they could very easily be a college football playoff contender in the near future. I'm not saying that they don't have things in place where they could compete for a Big 12 championship or even compete for a college football playoff spot. But I don't think the Big 12 will allow that. And it's the fact that the Big 12 is so darn tough. And when you've got enough outside distractions going on, we're not going to get into Deion Sanders' rap career and whatever else mess is going on, because there is way too much going on there. I just think that it's a bad look for the University of Colorado that they're just got that much outside distraction going on. Again, I think they have talent. I think they could have the pieces, some of the pieces, but I don't think they are allocating their energy to creating the best football team that they possibly can. Or it doesn't seem it. Again, they're picking up great talent and they're bringing in good guys, but the outside stuff is just too much. It's not about making headlines. I get it. All publicity is good publicity. And Deion Sanders is one of the best at making a splash and making headlines. But I don't think that's the approach that you guys should be going after. I think that you should honestly look at yourself and see that if we put our heads down, worked our butts off, and used our game to prove everybody wrong instead of talking and being on social media and trying to trash players and trash other teams, focus on yourself. Make yourself better from the inside. Don't worry about other players. Don't worry about other teams. Do what's best for you. and let your play do the talking. Because just because you're making headlines does not mean you're building a good team. It does not mean you're going to have chemistry when you get on the field. It's just a distraction is all it is. And if I was a player, I don't know that just the risk that, if you upset them in any way, shape, or form, they're going to trash you on social media so bad it's unreal. Who would want to play for a program like that? I believe Deion Sanders could be a fantastic coach, but he's got to get rid of the extra distractions and the bull that he's creating on social media and stuff. Not all publicity is good publicity. Maybe people are betting on him because they think, he's just here to make a statement. He's going to do it. Let's be very clear about this. The Big 12 will not let that happen. Not this year, at least. Maybe next year they have a way better season and they win more games. But I do not believe that this year they have a chance to really even compete in the Big 12. And again, it's not saying anything about their talent or their program, because again, I think they have some pieces that could flow really well together, but they have to get their mind right before they can play right. And I think they're failing to see that. And it's really sad because as a Big 12 fan, we take pride in all of our teams. We don't want that for any of our teams. We want our teams to show that we work hard on the field. Let's let our play do the talking. Let's not be out here trashing people on social media and creating headlines. Let's work our tails off to create the best program that we can possibly create. And that is what's so special about the Big 12. Again, I will defend Colorado for being a Big 12 team, but I disagree with the way they're going about this, and I feel like their time and effort would be so much better used to create the program, to build the program up from within instead of lashing out at everybody else. And I'll go back on KU for just a minute. I'm sorry, Jayhawk fans. I'm gonna go there. The amount of talk on Twitter about how dangerous Jalen Daniels is gonna be. He's gonna be so dangerous if he stays healthy. I believe he has a lot of talent as a quarterback. He is extremely talented. But you have to stay healthy, and you can't go out talking about how great you are when you haven't been able to stay healthy long enough to prove it on a full-time basis. That's all I'm saying. Again, I think he has a lot of talent and could do wonderful things in the Big 12, and he could lead KU to good things. But I don't think that he has proved himself in a way that allows KU fans to talk the way they have, because they think that he's the best quarterback in the Big 12. He's not the best quarterback in the Big 12. Not even close, bud. Avery Johnson, again, I've said this once and I'll say it a million times. Avery Johnson is the best quarterback in the Big 12. Period. That's it. Jalen Daniels may be a great quarterback in the Big 12, but he's not on Avery's level. And that's only if he can stay healthy. Well, that's like CP3 in the playoffs. Chris Paul in the playoffs cannot stay healthy to save his life. It's just the what if, what if, what if. Yeah, what if he was healthy? What if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt in the playoffs? And what if the Suns go on and win the championship? What if? What if Derrick Rose never blows out his knee and leads the Bulls to more championships and more MVPs? I mean, what if, what if, what if? We could do what ifs all day long. What if Jalen Daniels had stayed healthy? Well, maybe they would have had a better season. Or maybe, just maybe, that's just hype. And the fun thing about getting to see it in the fall is that we will find out. Is that just hype? Or is he really that good? And again, I think he does have the talent to do it. He does. He has a lot of talent. And he's got great pieces around him. Great receivers to throw to and stuff. So the potential really is there. It really is there. But that's only if he can stay healthy. And on the flip side of that, what if he does stay healthy and the Big 12 eats him alive? All of that hype that you spent towards your... Now, I get it. You always defend your quarterback. Every team has a quarterback they think is going to be amazing and turns out to be injury prone or just something doesn't work out the way that we thought they would. It happens with every team. But I'm going to rub KU on this one because of the amount of talking they have been doing about how they think Jalen Daniels is the best quarterback in the Big 12. He's not. Not while Avery Johnson's here. It's as simple as that. And it's the same as Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders. He thinks he's the best quarterback in the entire nation. He's not. He's not even the third best quarterback in the Big 12. Avery Johnson is number one. No matter where you rank that list, Avery Johnson is number one. And with the backfield combination of Avery, DJ Giddens, and Dylan Edwards, that is a scary, scary thought to have to stare down as a defensive back or a defensive lineman, knowing what could be running straight for you. The excitement around K-State's football for this year is insane. We cannot wait to see how this team plays. And as I've said before, you never know how the season is going to play out. You never know how things are going to go. But K-State has the most potential of any team. And that was not the original point of this. The point of this was to tell KU fans to calm down until he's proved it. Avery Johnson has proved it. He's played in only a few games, but he proved why he is the Heisman favorite in the Big 12, and he should be. Jalen Daniels has not proved that yet. He played good the games that he played, maybe, but he got hurt. And so it's a what if situation, and we can't live our lives on what if situations in the Big 12. The Big 12 is about how you play, and you let your play do the talking before you run your mouth. And that's something that KU fans are not that great about. And that's why we feel good about beating them every single year. I'm sorry, again, I'm going to rib you a little bit. But it's all in good fun. I do love KU and their fans and their program they're building because of how great it is for the Big 12 and how much they mean to the Big 12. I promise I'm done picking on you, KU. I promise. It's just fun, and it's too easy with you guys. You make it a little easy on me, and I appreciate that. As a K-State fan, we all appreciate that, you making it easy on us to pick on you. But again, we do love KU for the great things they bring to the Big 12. And again, I will defend KU against any Big 10 or SEC fan, no matter what. I will defend them. But it's just fun. In the last episode, we were discussing the naming rights for the Big 12. And there were some talks that, well, they need to just change it because the Big 12 name doesn't mean as much as the Big 10 or the SEC. Those are meaningful brands. The Big 12 is just as meaningful as a name as the Big 10 and the SEC. That's why we're a powerhouse conference. The name doesn't mean any less. Yes, we remember a time when it was the Big 8. So, it's the Big 12 to us. It still is. Even the Big 8 turned into the Big 12, and they say, well, that means that the Big 12 isn't tradition. The Big 12 is tradition, no matter what. You can't say that the Big 12 name doesn't mean any less than the Big 10 or the SEC. Because it means just as much to us fans. The Big 12 as a brand is magical, and we love it so much. And honestly, if they do decide to get rid of the name of the Big 12, as I said then, I believe Brett Yormark will do everything he can to negotiate something that is acceptable to not only the fans, but the members of the conference and everybody involved. I do not believe that if they do change the name completely, I don't think it will be that bad of a deal because of how committed he is to making this conference great. And he's going to negotiate something that pleases everybody. So we would be incredibly sad to see them lose the name of Big 12. But it does not mean any less than the Big 10 or the SEC. The Big 12 name is just as meaningful and is just as special as the Big 10 and the SEC. Well, we already have a big conference with the Big 10. So, they're not like we are in basketball, and all they think about is football. Yeah, what about basketball? Big 12 is the best conference in the nation in basketball by far. There's no arguing that. So, they're looking at this from one perspective when they should be looking at it as a whole. And again, the Big 12 name is just as meaningful as the Big 10 or the SEC. There's nothing lesser about it. It's just as great, and the fans love it just as much. Again, it's not out of the question. I absolutely see a possibility where there is a name that is chosen that is not the Big 12. And that's okay. It really is. If it grows into something absolutely wonderful and causes the Big 12 to expand and grow enough where they are a powerhouse conference for years and years and years to come, then the fans are all for it. We're not gonna spend too much time complaining about the name of the conference if we're competing and if we're able to remain a powerhouse conference. We're not going to be that upset. Yes, the Big 12 is tradition to us, but we care more about the health and the strength and the depth of the Big 12 than we do about the name. That's why we're looking at adding all these great teams. We're not looking at the scrap teams that the other conferences don't want. We're looking at teams that will absolutely make this conference better in a whole. And it is absolutely magical, the job that Brett Yormark is doing. He is a people person. He is a fan person. He is a fan himself. It really seems that way. If you listen to him talk, he's a fan of the Big 12 and he's running the Big 12. That says all you need to say. I mean, all you need to know. That is wonderful to have a commissioner that literally cares so much about the conference he is running, to promote it and to do everything he can to make sure that it is alive and running and strong through every year of its existence. And he is doing a wonderful job in everything that he is doing, trying to make sure the Big 12, no matter what its name may end up being in the next year, 2 years, however long it takes, no matter what that name is, we know the Big 12 is the Big 12, and we know it's special. And that's why it doesn't matter to us if the name changes. Again, we will be a little devastated, we will be a little hurt. But it's not that big of a deal. If it closes that gap and makes it so the Big 12 is the best conference in every sport and competes for every national championship, who would not be all for that? What Big 12 fan would not want that for our conference? That's exactly my point. All of us would love that because of the stability for the programs that are in the Big 12. We love our teams so much. All we want is for our teams to be in a stable environment and a place where they feel like is home and where they know that they are safe to be. And they know they are in a powerhouse conference where they can compete for a national championship every single year, no matter what sport they're in. And that is magical. It's a wonderful thing as a Big 12 fan to see the pride that all of these fans have in each of their schools. That's why we love all of our fans. That's why we love all of the Big 12 teams. Again, yes, KU, Colorado, Utah. We love you guys. Even if we give you guys a little bit of a ribbon, we love you. And we appreciate all that you do for the Big 12. The Big 12 is just spectacular in every way, shape, and form. And it's only going to get better. The sky is the limit. We are rolling on a really, really good track to become the best conference in the entire nation, regardless of what the name may be. And honestly, if you're a school looking to join a conference that you feel safe in and that you feel confident in, that will be around for years and years and years to come, that will always compete for national championships, how do you look at the Big 12 and go, that's something that I don't want to be a part of? If I'm an athletic director or a school president, I'd look at the history of the Big 12, the competitiveness of the Big 12, the tradition of the Big 12, and say, that's something that we want to be a part of. We want to be a part of a family like that. because it is. As I say, every single time I'm asked about this, the Big 12 is a family no matter what, and that's how we feel as fans. The Big 12 is so special to us. Why would you not want to be a part of something like that? Why would you not want to join the family? It doesn't make any sense, because you'd look at the competitiveness of all of the teams in the Big 12. You look at the atmospheres you get to play in on game day. Big 12 football is very special, but Big 12 basketball is something that is unreal. Big 12 basketball is so special, no matter where in the nation you go. Whenever a Big 12 team plays an away game, they have fans that will travel 800 miles with no problems, no questions asked to go watch their teams. That's magical. To be in a conference where every fan from every single school cares so much about their teams that they're willing to do the kind of traveling, and you see so much purple every time K-State plays an away game. It's crazy. You're always surrounded by State fans if you go to an away game. It's something that I absolutely love. And one of my goals in life is to be able to travel to each one of the Big 12 schools to see an away game for K-State. And the ones that I have been to have been incredible. The fans are so amazing. The atmosphere on game day, even I referenced this year's game against Oklahoma State in February a lot, because Oklahoma State was not a particularly good team. They did not do great things this year in basketball. But when we went into Stillwater, they came in absolutely ready to go. And not only were the players fired up, the fans were fired up. They showed up, and man, it was wonderful to see. They didn't have a full house, but the ones that were there made all the difference in the world. And again, the people in Stillwater are the nicest people you will meet. I really believe that. Obviously, I believe Manhattan is the greatest place on earth, but that's a personal opinion. You don't have to take my word for it. Just go check it out. That's all I'm saying. Come hang out in Aggieville sometime. Let's go tailgate together. And again, this is an invitation for every fan from every single Big 12 school. If you see us at any kind of a game, do not be afraid to come say hi. We will hang out with you. We will talk with you. There is absolutely no animosity between us and the other fans. I promise that. That's how much the Big 12 means to me personally, is that I may give you a little ribbon every now and then. I might rub you a little wrong, but you're still family to us. And I appreciate each and every one of the schools in the Big 12 and all of their fans, no matter what. I love the Big 12 so much because of that, and because of their fans and their fans' passion for the games. It's just crazy that if you're looking for a place to call your home, the Big 12 is home. Ask any one of our members. The ones that have been here for years, even the new ones, are finding out we're all a family. We're one big happy family. Come join us. We will accept anybody that is going to make this conference stronger and deeper as a whole and create the environment that the Big 12 needs to survive no matter what happens in the future. The Big 12 is home. Come join us. And honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Brett Yormark, if there is any team that he really, really wants, he will go after. He absolutely will go after and he will get. There's a chance until any team announces they're joining the Big Ten or the SEC, it's not out of the question they join the Big 12 because of Brett Yormark. And that is something that is absolutely spectacular. And as Big 12 fans, we absolutely love having a commissioner that is so dedicated to making this conference great in every way that he possibly can. Brett Yormark is doing an absolutely spectacular job building this conference up and lifting it higher. We cannot wait to see what the future of the Big 12 holds. We cannot wait to see what teams decide to join our family. And again, we, as a family, will absolutely welcome any team that wants to join. With no question. Come join the family. It's all fun here. That's all we're about, is having fun and enjoying life and playing sports. The Big 12 is special, and until you get to play in the Big 12, until you get to be a member of the family, you can't possibly begin to understand how special the Big 12 really is. Because the Big 12 is the most special conference in the nation. And it's not even close. We are one big happy family, no matter what. And top to bottom, the Big 12 is competitive. We are filled with great teams, great programs, great history. And the future of the Big 12 is so bright, it could blind you. And we, as fans, are so excited to see the potential growth that the Big 12 could reach. And we cannot wait to see what the future holds for not only the Big 12, but college sports in general. I mean, the future is exciting and there's a lot of things to think about that could affect the way that this ends up being for the NCAA, no matter what the NCAA looks like in 10 years. I believe the Big 12 is setting itself up in a position to succeed to where it will be around and a powerhouse conference for years and years to come. It's magical. We as fans love it, and I said it before and I'll say it again and again and again. We are one big happy family, and if you want to come join us, we will accept you with no problems. Come join us. We'll have you. And before I go off the rails again discussing why I think the Big 12 is so special and why we love it so much, and also go off the rails about the naming rights again, because I think that it will end up being something that is pleasing to everybody. We're not going to spend any more time on that today, because Parker's going to save you from my babbling, and he's going to give us our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Do not forget to go like and subscribe to all of their social pages. Stop by, say hi, tell them we sent you. Parker, thank you so much for joining us, and we cannot wait to see what wonderful athletes you have in the spotlight for us today. Without further ado, Parker, take it away, bud.
Parker here, back with Tree City Sports, here to bring you your Kansas Athlete Spotlights of the Week, presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. Go over and check out the guys in Ottawa. They have some great drinks over there and are open on Sundays now, according to Jared. So go ahead, stop by, tell Jared we sent you. And again, go check out Arrowhead Nutrition. Now, hopping right into our first Spotlight Athlete of the Week, we have Ryan Miller out of Seaman High. For the Vikings, Ryan has ran track and cross country. In 2023, Ryan set a first place finish with a PR of 18 minutes and 20 seconds in cross country. She owns several top 10 times in track throughout her third best time in state championship history, which is a 101.86 set in 2023 as well. Her 400-meter relay split time was number 1 in the state championship history, so congrats there. And again, congrats, Ryan, and also on your high jump with 6th in the state championship. Great all-around track athlete, runner, jumper, all around. Congrats, Ryan. Her accomplishments have not gotten unnoticed by us here at Tree City Sports, and we just wanted to give you a huge shout-out for your accomplishments. Next, we have one that's hits kind of close for me. It's really cool to see this happen. Tyler Bryant for the Ottawa Braves signed with the Milwaukee Brewers. In 2022, Bryant was named NAIA Honorable Mention All-American, KCAC Pitcher of the Year, earned first-team All-KCAC honors in his first season at Ottawa University, and he appeared in 14 games, making 13 starts. Bryant pitched 4 complete games and has a record of 9-1. That's a great record to finish off your career at Ottawa. He had a 2.66 ERA, just shoving it, and 117 strikeouts. So his career pitching stats ended up with 26 appearances, 24 games started, 3 shutouts, 157 innings tossed, a 16-2 win-loss record with 203 career strikeouts with a career 2.17 ERA. So just great stuff there by Tyler at Ottawa. You know, it's so cool to see that an MLB organization can recognize talent even at the NAIA level and sign it, that now Tyler has a chance to go on and maybe play in the MLB one day, which that would be so cool to see as a Kansas kid. Seeing MLB guys come from Kansas just helps add to the fuel of the dream that I have to get to the MLB one day, or college baseball, however far. But yeah, Tyler, congratulations, and go Brewers, I guess. Next, we have Hunter Jones from Pittsburgh. He was a Pittsburgh State National Decathlon champion, and he's hopefully an Olympic athlete coming in from Nickerson. That'd be so cool to have an Olympic athlete from Kansas representing us. The Olympics are a great time for sports, just overall. Being able to sit down during the summer or winter and just put Olympics on the TV really just makes me happy, makes a lot of people happy, and sports, I think, overall just bring countries and people together. So it's cool to see that we have a guy from Kansas hopefully getting an Olympic bid here in the summer. This one kind of pains me to talk about, but still a cool accomplishment. Finn Dutchy out of Hayden High School broke Jordy Nelson's 21-year-old 100-meter record of a 10.63 by running a 10.60. As you can see, I have Jordy right above my shoulder here. Kind of sad that he broke Jordy's record, but that's awesome for Finn. A dual sport athlete who also plays football for Hayden High School. He broke 3 school records and won 4 gold medals in the 2024 regional 3A track meet. He ran a 10.69 in the 100 meter, 21.64 in the 200, and a 42.48 in the 4x100. His relay team also finished first in the 4x400 relay, so the Wildcat Senior is a major part of Hayden High School's record in the 4x400 meter relay as well. A time of a 3:20.99 that was set at the state meet in 2023. Congrats, Finn, man. That's another great accomplishment there. That just really shows that he's a leader there at Hayden High School and has proved through his accomplishments on and off the field that guy's a dude. And congrats to Finn and his accomplishments throughout high school. Hopefully collegiate sports or college, wherever it takes you, is good, and congrats, man. Next, we have another cool story out of Ottawa University. Paul York, a 2002 graduate of OU, has been named the head coach of the Finnish national baseball team. Coach York will lead the team to the European Championship qualifier in late July in Poland. An outstanding honor for Coach York. Congratulations, Paul, and good luck in the qualifier. That's so cool to see that we have a guy representing baseball on the national stage from Kansas. Again, like I said with the Olympics, it is so cool to see guys from Kansas, our little state with nothing going on, come out of here and prove that we have athletes in the Midwest that are just as good as the guys out in California, down in Florida, down in Texas. We have guys here that also can prove themselves, guys and girls, in any sport. We have a ton of talent coming out of Kansas no matter what, and that's kind of what this Kansas Athlete Spotlight of the Week is for. Each week is to show that we are watching and recognizing these Kansas athletes for their accomplishments that might not get recognized on a national stage, but still should be recognized by us because of how good of these accomplishments there are. So, congratulations to all our athletes and spotlights this week. Just want to say thank you again to Calvin for having me on here. It's been a joy to talk about sports on Tree City these past couple of weeks. We're going to pump out some more content for you guys here throughout the months of summer, and hope you guys keep tuning in, keep watching, hit that like and subscribe, keep supporting Tree City, and take it away, Calvin.
Thank you so much for that, Parker. We are so glad to have you join us once again. We cannot wait to see what the future of Kansas athletes has in store for us and what other great, wonderful young athletes we can put in our Kansas Athlete Spotlight presented by Arrowhead Nutrition. It's an exciting time to be an athlete in Kansas, and we cannot wait to bring you even more wonderful young athletes in our spotlight. What a show today. That was a lot of babbling and it was a lot of talk, but we had fun and we enjoy it every single time. Thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to go like and subscribe to all of our social pages. A huge shout out to AM Creations for making our shirts. Go check them out on all their pages. Huge shout out to RJN Photography. And if you mention this show, she'll give you 25% off at your next booking. Our friend Drew at DNN Detailing. Go check them out for all of your detailing needs. They are wonderful. And the biggest shout out in the world to Jared and his entire team at Arrowhead Nutrition for all of the support and just for being great friends. Those guys are awesome through and through. And we are so glad to support them in the way they have supported us in any way that we can. Man, it's been fun today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Until next time, y'all take care now.